how you change a situation. You don't change a situation by escape. You don't change a situation by leaving. You change a situation by working, by struggling, by sacrificing to fix it. Teachers love you. You gotta start loving yourself. You get what I'm saying? It's okay that you got teachers here that care about your education. You know, the Kwame Ture, the Black Panthers, the SNCC, the Corps. And what's notable about the Black Panthers is, did we know that the Black Panthers was communists? You get what that means? So basically, when it means to be communist, they're anti-capitalist. And because they was anti-capitalist, they were saying power to the people. They were saying, you know what I mean, gotta get power, black power, but they wasn't really focused on business when it comes to getting us the freedom. They was like focused on taking the system completely down. And so they was trying to get power for us, but they wasn't using, this is a generalization, they were selling papers, but they wasn't using business as much as they could be. You get what I'm saying? Y'all together? And so basically, what's odd about that to me, because what I've noticed in 2017, that white people as a people group, now and then, have an extreme amount of power over our lives. We don't see white people, they're not here, but they have an extreme amount of power over our lives. When you talk about the school system, K through 12, the curriculum, that's chosen and decided by mostly white people. When you talk about this university is funded and is operated by black people, but it's funded by white people. They control it. When you talk about our neighborhoods, though we live in the hood and we rent, but our neighborhoods are usually owned by white people. Our hospitals, where black people go from birth till death, is owned and operated by white people. And so what I've noticed is that white people have an extreme amount of control over our lives, though they are not present. And we realize this, or maybe we just realizing it. But since we just realizing it, what we have to ask ourselves now is, are we okay with that? Are we okay with the fact that they have the power to teach our children? They don't have to teach our children that the founding fathers owned our fathers. Are we okay with the fact that they can control what we will say and what we won't say? Because they pay us, and we need that job to feed our kids. Are we okay with the fact that though we seem like we free, that I don't know, that we seem like we're free, but that we can't even really move and shake how we want to because we don't even have the financial backing to do what we want in our own communities? Are we okay with the fact that we, under President Trump, where he can just say and use racial slurs, and we don't really have no power to really do nothing but protest because we have essentially no power. Our lives are in their hands. And so I can't answer these questions for you, but I can only answer them for me. But what I will say is study history. Study this sickness called white supremacy, which makes people that have it not look at us as human beings. Study the original Constitution that said we were 3/5 of a human being. And since we were 3/5 of a human being, we were not entitled to rights because we weren't human. And so before you jump out there and say, man, Elijah came in here with this radical racist stuff, ask yourself, are you okay with the fact, because it's not about white people. They could be green people. Are we okay with anybody having this amount of control over our lives? We need to control our own lives. And so when it comes to white people, since they the ones are in control, I'm not okay with them having that control over our lives because I studied my history. I can't just look at my history and see how we were raped and brutalized and killed and just now be okay with them having control of our lives. I can't look at segregation where they wouldn't even sit at the same lunch counter as us or wouldn't use the same bathroom as us because they can look at us as themselves. I can't rock with them now. Right. But now when it comes to it, if the history don't get you, let's look at our present situation. Because some people is like, history is just that, it's history, like you're talking about 50, 100 years ago. But let's look at our present situation, how Dylan Roof can walk into a black church and kill 9 black people. And then, it's not just about Dylan Roof, how they raised $4 million to get him out on bail. There's other people. Let's look at how Trump, and we think we just looking at Trump, but Trump got elected by people that think and act just like him. And so we really are putting our control, putting our lives in the hands of people that have shown us then and now that they have no good in their hearts for us. And if none of that gets you, right? If none of that gets you, let me ask you this. What free people will put the hands of the education of their own children in the hands of anybody? What free people would allow themselves to be fed by anybody that's not them? What free people would work and make rich anybody that's not them? Who would do that? And I got a theory. I got a theory about that. And my theory is that we have been enslaved so long. We have been subjugated and dominated and colonized so long that us as black people, we have forgotten how to be free. We've really forgotten how to be free. Because when I talk about black power, it sounds like something radical, but it's not even power as we have experienced it. When we think about power, we think, oh, I want to control my neighborhood, but then I want to control your neighborhood. That's not what I'm talking about. White people, as we experienced it from them, power has meant that I want to control not just my resources, but I want to control your resources and his resources. That's not what we're talking about. When we talk about black power, it's not even power at all. It's freedom. The ability to control what goes into your children's head, that's freedom. The ability to make sure that they know who they are when they're growing up, that's freedom. That's not even power. The ability to fund the campaigns for people that you want to be in your own community, that's not power, it's freedom. And so when we think about it, we have to really examine our present situation and say, are we against our own freedom? Are we against our own, when we talk about like black power being radical, are we against our own salvation? And so, when it comes down to it, you know, I've been talking a lot about black power, but now since this is about black business, it's not really about black power. We have to ask ourselves, now what is the relationship between black business and black power? That's a good question, right? Mm-hmm. Black business in and of itself is not black power, but black business is essential for black power because control over the education, that's black power. But it's the businesses that's going to fund African-centered public schools. It's the businesses that's going to fund schools that's going to teach us about ourselves. It's the businesses that's going to fund the campaigns that's going to get people in our community that really genuinely want to see a change in our community. It's the businesses that fund that. It's the businesses that fund nonprofits, where the nonprofits are giving them the funding and the support necessary that they can do whatever they will do to make sure our people are raised. It's the businesses that fund that. And so black business is not power, black money is not black power, but black business can pay for black power, if you get what I'm saying. Narratives, resources, land, education, all these things are powerful. That's black power. And so we have to go for those things. Man, when I was really thinking about what I was going to say today, I was like, man, I wish Jay-Z could hear this. I wish Beyonce could hear this. And I don't say that to be disrespectful to what our talented brothers and sisters have done, but I say that to say that if they only knew the situation we was in, I know they would do something. If they only knew how lost we was, I knew they would do something. If they knew how the world worked, I know they would do something. But they don't. And the thing is that what we have to do is we have to begin, when we get money, we have to begin to try to fund our own salvation and not look for others to do for us what we can do for ourselves. And so when it comes to black business and black power, is that my whole speech was about black business. And what I'm imagining is that y'all going to be prospective business people. But I've tried to explain all this background so that you understand that you got to understand this background. You have to understand this background in order to be an effective and true black business person. Because misunderstanding of this background will have you trying to make a bunch of money, but not understanding you got to exchange that money for institutions and resources. Have you trying to run it up for your family, but not understanding that we need that money so that we can be free. We need to exchange that money for freedom. And so, man, if you really want to be a black business person, and you really want to see a change in your community, I recommend you get in the business, but get in the business with the right mindset. Don't talk to me about black business if you just want to run it up. Don't talk to me about black business if you're not trying to see us have power and have freedom in our community. Don't talk to me about black business if you just trying to get yourself rich. Because that's not why Tendea got into black business. Tendea, if we do what we do, and we get into black business because we understand that black business is essential for power, and power is essential for freedom, and freedom, that's what we after for our people. So I thank you for your time, and I hope y'all support, and I hope y'all get into black business and really, you know what I mean? Try to be the new saviors of our community, try to really fund our own freedom, and not just be looking for a handout, or not just be in business and try and run it up. So thank you for that. I am beautiful, I am smart, I am good enough for what's coming to you. You gotta believe it. Because if not, this world will tear you apart. You gotta believe it. When they say you can't do it,